Good evening, students. Today we will complete here part 7 of chapter 1, and in this part we will know about the process of digestion in the small intestine. And in the previous session we had discussed about the process of digestion in the buccal cavity and in stomach. So let's start today's topic. So in small intestine, during gastric digestion, the food is not allowed to enter small intestine by pyloric sphincter muscle. So this pyloric sphincter muscle, it is present of stomach and the small intestine. So finally, when it relaxes and allows the semi-digested food to enter small intestine in small amount. So here in small intestine, the food gets mixed with three juices. What are they? They are bile juice, intestinal juice and pancreatic juice. So let's discuss about the functions of bile juice. So bile juice is non-enzymatic juice. Okay, and what is its function? It neutralizes the acidity of the food that is coming from the stomach. It neutralizes the acidity of the food coming from the stomach provides alkaline medium. Okay, second one is it breaks down larger fat globules into smaller fat droplets. Okay, to increase the surface area for fat digestion. It breaks down the larger fat globules to smaller fat droplets to increase the surface area for fat digestion. Okay, students, and what is the function of pancreatic juice? So pancreatic juice also contain different kinds of enzymes like trypsin, pancreatic amylase and pancreatic lipase. Okay, it contains enzymes like trypsin, okay, pancreatic amylase, and pancreatic lipase. Okay, so let's see the functions of these enzymes. So like trypsin, what is the function of trypsin? Trypsin converts peptones to peptides. This trypsin converts peptones to peptides. Next one is that is pancreatic amylase. It converts starch to maltose and isomaltose. Okay, means starch is converted to maltose and isomaltose with the help of pancreatic amylase. And the third one, that is pancreatic lipase. It converts fats into fatty acids. Pancreatic lipase. Okay, so now let's talk about the intestinal juice. Okay, so intestinal juice, and these intestinal juice, they also contain enzymes like peptides, aminopeptidase and intestinal amylase, maltase, isomaltase and lipase enzymes. So we will see the functions of these enzymes. Okay, enzymes secreted by intestinal juice. So number 1 is aminopeptidase. So this aminopeptidase, it converts aminopeptidase. This aminopeptidase converts peptides into amino acids. Okay, peptidase converts peptides into amino acids. Okay, the next one is intestinal amylase that convert starch into maltose. Okay, intestinal amylase converts starch into maltose. Okay, maltase enzyme is there which converts maltose into glucose. Isomaltase is also converted to glucose with the help of isomaltase enzyme. Isomaltose is converted to glucose with the help of isomaltase enzyme. Okay, and again the lipase enzyme that helps to convert fats into fatty acids and glycerol plus glycerol. So now you have I hope that you have understood about these. So now we will discuss that how absorption takes place in human beings. Okay, so most of absorption occurs through the wall of ileum of small intestine. Okay, absorption, most of the absorption occurs in the wall of ileum of small intestine. So students, actually for this small intestine has the following structural adaptation to increase the surface area for observation. So what are these structural adaptation? It is long sized. Small intestine is long sized, so that's why the food can be absorbed easily. Okay, and its inner surface has finger like folds called villi. Its inner surface has finger like folds called villi. Okay, and each villus is with blood capillaries and a lymph capillary. Each villus is with blood capillary and lymph capillary. So for absorption, two types of mechanism takes place. So what are they? They are the passive mechanism and active mechanism. Two types of mechanism are involved in the process of absorption. Okay, they are passive mechanism. So passive mechanism like diffusion and osmosis. Okay, diffusion and osmosis are active mechanism like active transport and endocytosis. Active transport and endocytosis. Okay, so students, this out of diffusible food, fatty acids, cholesterol and glycerol, these are absorbed in the lymph capillaries, while water, minerals, monosugars and amino acids are absorbed in the blood capillaries, and from there the blood distributes the absorbed nutrients to all the cells of the body, and here the process of absorption gets completed. So tomorrow we will discuss about the process of assimilation and egestion. Thank you so much.